Liam Payne was acting erratically and had to be escorted back to his hotel room before he plunged to his death, with hotel workers making a panicked call to police. The former One Direction star, 31, yesterday fell from the third floor of the Casa Sur Palmero Hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Now it has emerged that police in Buenos Aires were contacted by a worker at the hotel, reported an aggressive man who may have been under the effects of drugs and alcohol. Shortly afterwards, workers heard a loud sound in the hotel's courtyard before the One Direction star's body was discovered just after 5 p.m. According to local media, Liam had been acting erratically in the hotel lobby and smashed his laptop before he had to be carried back to his room. Police had received a call from a worker at the hotel, urgently requesting help with an intoxicated guest. According to audio related to the case obtained from the Buenos Aires Security Ministry, when he is conscious, he is destroying the entire room, and we need you to send someone, the worker said. Emergency Medical Services Director Alberto Crescenti said Liam had suffered very serious injuries after falling from a third floor into an internal courtyard. We verified his identity using the passport he had, he said. Mr. Crescenti told Argentine newspaper Clarin that the team saw that he apparently had a fracture at the base of the skull. His body was transported to a local morgue where a post-mortem examination will be carried out. Unverified pictures have since emerged online claiming to be Liam's hotel room completely trashed, with one image showing a smashed television screen. Last night, tearful fans hugged each other as they gathered and lit candles outside the hotel where Liam's body was found. One woman could be seen sitting on the pavement with her head in between her knees. The Foreign Office confirmed it is in contact with authorities in Argentina regarding reports of the death of a British man. TV presenter Dermot O'Leary said Liam's death was the worst news when he paid tribute to the star last night. Alongside a photo of O'Leary and Payne standing on stage together, he wrote on Instagram, "The worst news. I remember him as a 14-year-old turning up to audition on the X Factor and blowing us away singing Sinatra. He just loved to sing. He was always a joy, had time for everyone, polite, grateful, and was always humble." Liam had arrived in the Latin American country earlier this month to attend his ex-bandmate Niall Horan's concert. Emergency Medical Services Director Mr. Crescenti said Mr. Payne had fallen around 40 meters and suffered severe injuries which were incompatible with life. He said the alarm was raised at 5:04 p.m. local time, saying a person was lying in an internal patio at Casa Sur. At 5:11 p.m. an ambulance arrived and the man was certified dead. Afterwards we found out he had been a famous singer. Unfortunately, the injuries he had suffered as a result of the fall proved to be fatal. There was no possibility of resuscitating him. The star's final Snapchat post showed him happily posing with his partner Kate Cassidy as they looked into a mirror, a picture which was originally taken last August. Further posts from the final moments of the star's life showed him enjoying lunch in his hotel room, where he revealed the pair had been waking up at 1 p.m. every day and deciding on Forrest Gump as a Halloween costume. A further tragic selfie was captioned, "Lovely day in Argentina," before the star shared a photo of his hotel, writing, Happy I got some time away, followed by a heart emoji. He shared a further photo with Kate caption, "Quality time." His death comes days after his ex-fiancée, Maya Henry, started legal proceedings against him. The Texan model, 23, instructed lawyers to issue a cease and desist letter to the One Direction star after accusing him of repeatedly contacting her. The brunette beauty also accused Liam of obsessively contacting her friends and family, including her mother, Osteka Henry. Liam began his pursuit to stardom when he initially auditioned for X Factor in 2008 at only 14 years old. Liam impressed judges with his own version of "Fly Me to the Moon" by Frank Sinatra, what was later eliminated from the show. However, Payne gave his singing career another go, auditioning for the competition again in 2010, where he quickly shot to fame as part of One Direction. He and his former bandmates Niall Horan, Zayn Malik, Harry Styles, and Louis Tomlinson were brought together by Simon Cowell and former judge Nicole Scherzinger, who saw their potential as a group. After just a few weeks of getting to know each other and non-stop rehearsing, the group impressed Simon at their judges' houses, audition, and sail through to the live shows. The pop Svengali later admitted to Rolling Stone that it took him about a millionth of a second to spot the group's worldwide potential. The fan reaction was instant too, with 1D hysteria soon dwarfing the show. Despite the adoration, the band ultimately finished in third place on the X Factor, but shortly afterwards, Cowell sealed their fate by signing the fivesome to a reported £1 million psycho contract. Keen to capitalize on the boys' already devoted fan base, Cowell moved quickly with recording for the band's debut album, beginning in January 2011. By September of that year, One Direction's first single was released, with "What Makes You Beautiful" soaring to #1 on the UK singles chart after becoming the most pre-ordered Sony Music Entertainment single in history. Their debut album, Up All Night, was also a bestseller, becoming the UK's fastest-selling debut album of 2011, with the record leading to their first tour, which kicked off in the UK that December, after Malik announced his departure from the band in 2015. The band members went their separate ways. During their time as a group, One Direction won 5 Brit Awards for MTV Video Music Awards, amassed over 3 billion YouTube views, and sold 50 million records worldwide. After releasing 5 albums with one of the biggest boy bands of all time, Liam released his first solo album titled LP1 in 2019. His single Strip That Down, co-written with Ed Sheeran, climbed its way to number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart that same year. Over the course of his music career, the pop star collaborated with the likes of J Balvin, French Montana, Dixie D'Amelio, and a boogie with Da Hoodie. He was previously in a relationship with British pop sensation Cheryl Cole, and the pair welcomed their son Bear Gray on March 22, 2017. The parents later split in 2018, following his romance with Miss Cole. Liam had an on and off relationship with ex-fiancée Maya Henry, and the pair called it quits in May 2022. He leaves behind his parents, Jeff and Corinne Payne, his son Bear, 7, and his 2 older sisters, Ruth and Nicola. Malin Line has approached Liam Payne's representatives for comment. There has been an outpour of tributes online, with fellow former Factor contestants Jedward writing, "Rip Liam Payne, condolences to his friends and family. They added, sending strength to Cheryl and his son Bear, and all the One Direction family. XX Factor contestant and TV personality Relan Clark said, extremely sad news, very tragic and so young. Rip Liam X, Paris Hilton wrote. So upsetting to hear the news of Liam Payne passing, sending love and condolences to his family and loved ones. R.I.P. my friend, Stephen Bartlett penned, I cannot believe what I am reading about. Liam Payne, absolutely heartbreaking. MTV released the following tribute. We're deeply saddened to learn of Liam Payne's tragic passing today. During this difficult time, our hearts remain with his family, loved one, and fans. The Brit Awards said, we're incredibly sad to learn of the tragic passing of Liam Payne. Our thoughts and prayers are with his friends and family at this time. Spotify also added, we are deeply saddened by the news of Liam Payne's passing. Our thoughts are with his family, friends, and the many fans who loved and supported him.